Welcome to a place where dreams weave into stories, and the night sky opens the door to enchanting adventures. Tonight, I invite you to join me on a journey to a realm beyond the ordinary, a tale of wonder and reflection. Close your eyes and let your breath slow, sinking into the comfort of your surroundings as we embark on the quest of Elara in the mesmerizing land of Reflectoria. Imagine yourself in the quaint village of Viridian, where the whispering woods meet the sleeping mountains, and a world of magic awaits under the starlit sky. As the gentle night embraces you, allow your imagination to roam free, following Elara's steps into a realm where every mirror tells a story, and every reflection reveals a secret. Let the tranquility of this world envelop you, guiding you into a peaceful slumber filled with dreams of light, color, and the infinite possibilities that lie just beyond the looking glass. Prepare to drift away on the symphony of the seasons into a sleep as serene as the calmest night in Reflectoria. Our story begins now, under the blanket of twilight, where adventure and tranquility meet. Chapter 1: Veil of Reflection. In the quaint village of Viridian, nestled between the whispering woods and the sleeping mountains, the people lived simple, harmonious lives. Among them was a young dreamer named Elara, known for her insatiable curiosity and her vibrant, imaginative stories. She spent her days wandering the woods, her nights stargazing, always longing for an adventure beyond the ordinary. One peculiar evening, as the village was cloaked in the comforting blanket of twilight, the skies began to behave strangely. Stars flickered like candles in the wind, and the moon shone with an unusual intensity. Elara, entranced by this celestial dance, ventured out into the open fields for an unobstructed view. Without warning, the heavens shattered like a colossal mirror, sending shards of light cascading down to earth. Each fragment seemed to carry whispers of another world, calling out to Elara. Compelled by a force she couldn't understand, Elara followed the shimmering fragments as they traced a path towards the heart of the whispering woods. The air thrummed with a strange energy, and the ground beneath her feet seemed to pulsate in harmony with her heartbeat. As she ventured deeper, the trees parted to reveal an ethereal glade where the shards of light converged, swirling into a vortex of radiant energy. Without a moment's hesitation, and with a deep breath that felt like her first and her last, Elara stepped into the vortex. The world around her dissolved into a kaleidoscope of colors and reflections, and she felt herself being pulled upwards, beyond the realms of her simple existence, into the unknown. Elara's senses were overwhelmed as she traversed the vortex. The world around her was an ever-changing tapestry of light and color, a cosmic ballet that challenged her understanding of reality. It felt like an eternity and a single heartbeat all at once. Until suddenly, the tumultuous journey through the kaleidoscope corridor came to an abrupt end. She found herself floating in a space unlike any she had ever known or imagined. Above, below, and all around her were fragments of mirrors, suspended as if by an unseen force. They formed a nebula of reflections, each shard a window into worlds and possibilities untold. The Mirror Nebula, as she would come to call it, was a living, breathing entity, its pulse resonating with the energy of 1,000 suns. In the distance, a harmonious hum guided her forward, Drawn to its promise, Elara navigated through the maze of mirrors. Each reflection showed her not just her image, but snippets of her past, dreams of her future, and visions of lives she had never lived. The experience was disorienting yet enlightening, revealing the multifaceted nature of existence itself. As she journeyed deeper into the nebula, the fragments began to coalesce, forming a path that spiraled towards a radiant core. It was as if the nebula itself was guiding her, welcoming her into its heart. The hum grew louder, harmonizing with the rhythm of her heartbeat, until she stood before a gateway, not of wood or stone, but of pure, shimmering light. With a deep breath that echoed the whispers of the nebula, Elara stepped through the gateway. The light enveloped her, warm and welcoming, and in that moment, she knew her life would never be the same again. As the blinding light dimmed, Elara found herself in a landscape beyond her wildest imaginings. The land, if it could be called that, was a tapestry of reflections, a kingdom of mirrors in every direction. She stood on a ground that mirrored the sky, and the sky mirrored the ground, creating an infinite loop of sky and earth. This was Reflectoria, a realm where the tangible met the intangible, where every surface told a story and every reflection held a secret. Buildings, trees, and creatures all were made of mirror-like material, shimmering and shifting with the light. The air itself seemed to pulse with a luminous quality, casting soft, radiant hues across the landscape. It was a world alive with light, a symphony of reflections playing a visual melody. As she ventured into the heart of this mesmerizing land, Elara noticed the inhabitants of Reflectoria. They were beings of mirror and light, their forms fluid and ever-changing. Some were humanoid, while others were fantastical creatures born of dreams and reflections. They moved with a grace that was both ethereal and precise, their bodies reflecting not just the world around them, but also the thoughts and emotions of those they encountered. The reflectors, as she would come to call them, noticed her presence immediately. Their reactions were a mixture of curiosity and cautious welcome. They communicated not with words, but with images and emotions, reflecting their thoughts directly into Elara's mind. It was a form of communication that was surprisingly intimate and profound, each exchange a glimpse into the soul. Elara soon realized that in Reflectoria, identity was fluid. The reflectors saw themselves in each other and in the world around them. They were individual yet interconnected, separate yet one with the universe. It was a revelation that challenged Elara's understanding of self and other, opening her heart to the profound interconnectedness of all existence. As Elara delved deeper into the heart of Reflectoria, she was approached by a group of beings distinct in their appearance and aura. These were the Glassy Guardians, the custodians of Reflectoria's equilibrium and the keepers of its secrets. Unlike the other reflectors, the Guardians possessed a crystalline clarity in their forms, with sharp, defined edges, and a brilliance that seemed to pierce through the very fabric of reality. The lead Guardian, a figure of towering elegance and composed poise, stepped forward. In its eyes, Elara saw not just her reflection, but a depth that spoke of ancient wisdom and an unwavering commitment to the realm. Without words, the Guardian conveyed a welcome to Elara, an acknowledgement of her unique journey and the fate that had guided her to Reflectoria. The Guardians, through a symphony of reflective gestures and shared visions, imparted to Elara the essence of their duty. They were the balance keepers, ensuring that the reflections of the realm remained true and untainted by the shadows of distortion. They protected the core truths that lay within every reflector, every creature, and every element of the land. Elara was invited to accompany the Guardians as they made their rounds through the mirrored avenues and crystal boulevards of Reflectoria. She observed their interactions with the realm's inhabitants, each encounter a delicate dance of light and reflection, ensuring harmony and understanding prevailed. It was during these rounds that Elara learned of the potential threats to the realm's stability. Shadows, mere myths to the reflectors, were spoken of in hushed tones among the Guardians. These were distortions, corruptions of reflection that could twist and warp the very essence of Reflectoria. The Guardians were ever vigilant, watching for the slightest sign of these anomalies, ready to act to preserve the purity of their world. Elara, with each step alongside the glassy Guardians, felt a growing sense of responsibility and purpose. Reflectoria was not just a realm of wonder and beauty. It was a world that demanded protection, a world that had, in some inexplicable way, chosen her to be part of its story. As the days unfolded, Elara found herself becoming more attuned to the nuances of Reflectoria. The realm, with its ever-changing landscape of light and reflections, demanded a certain kind of presence and awareness. Elara learned to move with intention, her every action creating ripples in the fabric of the realm, reflected and magnified by the mirror-like surfaces around her. She discovered that navigation in Reflectoria was not just about physical movement, but also about emotional and spiritual alignment. The terrain responded to the inner state of its inhabitants, with paths opening and vistas revealing themselves in harmony with their thoughts and desires. Elara found herself walking through corridors of light that mirrored her curiosity and fields of reflections that resonated with her wonder. The reflectors, with their empathic communication, taught Elara to express herself in ways she had never imagined. She learned to project her thoughts and emotions in a visual and sensory language, creating ripples of colour and light that conveyed her intentions and feelings. This form of expression was deeply liberating and profoundly connecting, allowing her to share her essence without the need for words. As she adapted to the lustrous terrain, Elara also learned the art of reflection manipulation. The reflectors showed her how to bend light, to shape reflections, to reveal hidden truths, and to weave patterns of luminescence that could soothe, energize, or inspire. It was a form of artistry and craftsmanship that transcended the material, tapping into the very essence of light and perception. But it wasn't all a dance of light and beauty. Elara also had to navigate the challenges of the realm. The mirror surfaces, while breathtaking, could also be disorienting, their reflections leading to paths of confusion and illusion. Mistakes were easy to make, and the consequences, reflected and amplified by the realm, could be unsettling. However, with the guidance of the glassy Guardians and the support of the reflectors, Elara grew in confidence and skill. She began to feel a sense of belonging, a sense of becoming a part of Reflectoria's tapestry of light and reflections. The realm, with all its intricacies and wonders, was becoming a part of her, and she a part of it. As the realm of Reflectoria transitioned from the luminous hues of twilight into the deeper tones of night, Elara witnessed yet another facet of this extraordinary world. Night in Reflectoria was not a time of darkness, but rather a period when the realm revealed its more intimate and profound mysteries. The sky, a vast canvas of deep indigo, was adorned with constellations that shimmered like jewels on a cosmic mirror. It was during one such night that Elara experienced the most enchanting and enigmatic event in Reflectoria: the night of shimmering shadows. The reflectors had spoken of it in hushed tones, a night when the veil between reflection and reality thinned, and the deeper truths of the realm were unveiled. As the stars reached their zenith, the air thrummed with a palpable energy. The ground beneath Elara's feet began to glow, a soft, pulsating light that beckoned her to the heart of the realm. Guided by an unseen force, she found herself in a clearing, encircled by towering mirrors that stood like silent sentinels under the starlit sky. Then it began. The mirrors, usually so precise in their reflections, started to shimmer and shift. Images, both familiar and strange, flickered across their surfaces, telling stories of past, present, and possible futures. The boundaries between what was real and what was reflected blurred, creating a tapestry of light and shadow that was both bewildering and mesmerizing. Elara, standing in the midst of this spectacle, felt a profound connection to the realm and its inhabitants. She saw the reflectors in a new light, their lives and stories intertwining with her own in the dance of the shimmering shadows. She saw the glassy guardians, their stoic forms softened by the fluid narratives playing across their crystalline surfaces. But amidst the beauty and wonder, Elara also sensed a subtle undercurrent of caution. The night of shimmering shadows, for all its enchantment, was also a reminder of the delicate balance that governed Reflectoria. The realm, with its myriad reflections and possibilities, was a complex and fragile tapestry that required care and respect to maintain its harmony. As the night progressed, the visions in the mirrors gradually settled, the stories reaching their conclusions, and the images fading into the tranquil darkness of the realm. The night of shimmering shadows drew to a close, leaving behind a sense of awe and a deeper understanding of the intricate beauty and profound depth of Reflectoria. Elara, under the starlit sky, felt a renewed sense of purpose and a deepened resolve. She knew that her journey in Reflectoria was not just an adventure of discovery, but also a calling to be a part of something greater, a guardian of light, reflection, and balance in this mesmerizing realm of mirrors.
Chapter 2. Whispers in the Glass. The morning after the night of shimmering shadings, Elara woke to a Reflectoria transformed. The realm, always dynamic in its beauty, now pulsed with a vibrancy that spoke of deeper, hidden layers revealed by the previous night's revelations. The air was alive with whispers not of words, but of thoughts and emotions, a symphony of silent communication that connected every being and element in Reflectoria. Guided by this newfound awareness, Elara made her way to the Market of Mirrored Echoes, a place she had heard of but not yet visited. This was no ordinary market. It was Reflectoria's heart of commerce and communication, where reflectors exchanged not just goods, but experiences, memories, and visions. As she entered the market, Elara was enveloped by a kaleidoscope of sensations. Stalls made of reflective surfaces showcased wares that were both familiar and utterly alien. Artisans crafted objects that defied understanding, their hands moving in rhythms that move light and reflection into tangible forms. The air was filled with the fragrance of crystalline flowers and the melody of reflective chimes, creating an atmosphere of enchantment and wonder. Alara wandered through the market, her senses overwhelmed by the sheer diversity and beauty of the offerings. She saw reflectors engaged in silent barter, exchanging objects that flickered with memories and emotions. She witnessed artisans manipulating reflections to craft objects of incredible intricacy and meaning. Each piece a story, a dream, a piece of someone's soul. In the market of mirrored echoes, Ilara realized nothing was merely an object. Everything was a reflection of its creator, its owner, its observer. The value of each item transcended its material form, encompassing the experiences, memories, and emotions that it represented. The market was not just a place of trade. It was a celebration of life, a tapestry of interconnected stories and shared humanity. As she moved through the market, Alao felt a profound sense of connection and understanding. She saw her own reflections in the objects and the reflectors around her, each one a mirror of her own thoughts and feelings. It was a realization that in Reflectoria, she was not just an observer or visitor. She was a part of the realm, her own story woven into the fabric of this wondrous world of light and reflections. Captivated by the intricate craftsmanship of the reflective artisans, Alara felt compelled to delve deeper into the heart of their craft. She sought a renowned artisan, whose creations were said to be not just objects of beauty, but vessels of profound insight and emotion. This artisan, known as Muriel, worked in a secluded corner of the mirrored echoes, her stall a whirlpool of light or reflection that grew in the curious and the seeking. Mirasol greeted Anarat, her eyes reflecting a depth of knowledge and understanding. Without words, she invited Alara to join her in the art of crafting reflections. The process was unlike any form of craftsmanship Akora had ever seen. It was not the material that was molded and shaped but itself captured and woven into forms by the artisan's deft hands. Under Muriel's guidance, Alara learned to harness the subtle energies of the realm, to feel the flow of light and reflection as a tangible force. She discovered how to shape this force with her thoughts and emotions, crafting reflections that were expressions of her inner self. It was a deeply personal and profoundly spiritual process, each creation a step on a journey of self-discovery and understanding. As she worked alongside Mirasol, Alara came to understand the true essence of the reflective artisan's craft. It was not about creating objects of material value, but about capturing moments of truth, fragments of the soul, and reflections of the myriad facets of existence. Each piece told a story, conveyed an emotion, or encapsulated a dream, making the intangible tangible and giving form to the formless. The artisans Alara realized were not just craftsmen. They were poets of light, sculptors of the spirit, and weavers of the fabric of reality. Their creations were bridges between the material and the ethereal, tangible manifestations of the deep internal tidness that bound all beings and elements in Reflectoria. Immersed in the world of reflective crafting, Alara felt a profound shift within herself. She was no longer just an observer of Reflectoria. Tormen's wonders, she was now an active participant in its unfolding story, her own reflections adding to the tapestry of light and life that made the realm what it was. Intrigued by the depth of Reflectorian's culture and driven by an insatiable curiosity, Elara sought out the Hall of Fragmented Memories. It was said to be a place of profound significance, a repository of the realm's collective consciousness, where the reflections of memories were not just preserved, but revered and studied. The hall was an architectural marvel, a structure of mirrored surfaces that reflected the sky and the land in a seamless continuum. Inside, the air was thick with a palpable sense of history and mystery. The walls were lined with countless mirrors, each a gateway to a memory, a moment frozen in the reflection of time. Aurora was greeted by the keeper of the hall, an ageless figure whose presence seemed as integral to the hall as the memories it housed. With a gesture of welcome, the keeper invited Aurora to explore the reflections, to witness the tapestry of experiences and emotions that wove the fabric of her floriatory present. As she moved through the hall, an account of reflections of joy and sorrow, triumph and loss, love and longing, each memory captured in the stillness of the mirror, was a vivid reminder of the realm's rich and complex history. She saw the genesis of Reflectoria, the rise of the glassy guardians, the battles against the shadows, and the celebrations of light that marked the romance's most triumphant moments. But the hall was more than a mere archive of the past. It was a place of renowned understanding, where the reflectors came to connect with their heritage, to draw strength from the experiences of their ancestors, and to find guidance in the reflections of those who had walked their paths before them. The keeper, sensing Elara's deepening connection to the realm, shared with her the deeper purpose of the hall. It was not just to remember, but to learn, to grow, and to heal. The memories, with their reflections of light and shadow, were a source of wisdom and insight, a guiding light for the present and a beacon of hope for the future. Aurora left the Hall of Fragmented Memories with a heart full of emotion and a mind brimming with questions and revelations. The experience had changed her, deepening her understanding of Reflectoria and her place within it. She realized that her journey was not just a physical exploration of a mystical realm, but a journey into the very heart of existence, a quest for understanding and connection in a world of light and reflections. With the echoes of countless memories still resonating within her, Ella saw out the enigmatic figure known in hushed tones across Reflectoria as the Oracle of Opacity. The Oracle, a being of profound wisdom and insight, was said to possess the ability to see beyond the reflections, to perceive the core truths that lay hidden beneath layers of light or shadow. The Oracle resided at the edge of Reflectoria, where the reflections met the unreflected, the realm of clarity and opacity. The path to the Oracle was a journey in itself, a transition from the vibrant luminance of the realm's heart to the serene twilight of its borders. Here the mirrors faded into mist, and the clarity of reflections gave way to the tranquility of soft, diffused light. Alara found the Oracle in a chamber of translucent walls, a space where light danced in soft patterns, free from the sharpness of reflection. The Oracle's form was fluid and ever-changing, a silhouette of light and shadow that spoke of a deep connection to the very essence of Reflectoria. The meeting was a silent communion, a conversation of souls rather than words. The Oracle peered into Alara's heart, reading the tapestry of her experiences, her hopes and her fears. In turn, Elora saw in the Oracle's eyes a reflection of her own potential, a glimpse of the paths that lay before her, woven with the threads of choices yet to be made. The Oracle spoke not with words, but with visions, imparting wisdom through images and sensations that resonated with the deepest parts of Alarine's being. She saw the delicate balance of light and shadow that governed Reflettoria, the intricate web of connections that bound every being and element in the realm. More than the visions of the realm, the oracle showed Alara the reflections of her own soul. She saw her strengths and her doubts, her fears and her courage, all interwoven in a complex pattern that was uniquely hers. It was a profound moment of self-discovery, a realization of her own depth and complexity, mirrored in the myriad facets of Reflettoria. The meeting with the Oracle of Opacity left Alara transformed. She emerged from the chamber with a newfound clarity, a deeper understanding of herself and her place in the realm. She realized that her journey was not just about exploring Reflectoria, but about discovering the reflections of her own soul, learning from the light and the shadows, and finding her path in the ever-changing tapestry of life. Emboldened by her encounter with the Oracle of Opacity, Alara felt an irresistible pull towards uncovering the veiled chapters of Reflectoria's history. Her journey led her to the archives of the Unreflected, a secluded library that housed the unspoken narratives and forgotten epics of the realm. The archives, unlike the hall of fragmented memories, were a sanctuary of stillness and silence. Here the reflections were subdued, and the light whispered secrets of the old, the hidden, and the lost. The keeper of the archives, a wizened figure named Archivist Lumina, welcomed Alara with a knowing smile, recognizing in her the heart of a seeker. Lumina guided Alara through the labyrinthine aisles of the archives, where scrolls of iridescent material lay in repose, each a bearer of stories untold. As Alara unfurled the delicate scrolls, she was enveloped in a cascade of sensations, the reflections of long-forgotten memories and ancient wisdom, enveloping her in their embrace. Through the whispers of the archives, Alara learned of the early days of Reflettoria, of its genesis from the cosmic dance of light and shadow. She read of the first reflectors, beings of pure luminescence who shaped the realm with their thoughts and desires. She discovered tales of harmony and discord, of the rise of the glassy guardians, and the shadowy threats that once sought to unmake the fabric of the realm. But it was the tale of the mirror of the makers that caught Alara's deepest interest. This mythical artifact, crafted in the dawn of Reflettoria, was said to be a reflection of the realm's very soul, a mirror that held the power to reveal the true essence of any being or object. Lost in the mists of time, its whereabouts had become the subject of legends and quests, its legacy a whisper in the fabric of the realm. As she delved deeper into the tale, Alara felt a connection to the mirror of the makers, a sense that her journey was intrinsically linked to the rediscovery of this ancient artifact. With each scroll, each reflection, she felt the pieces of an intricate puzzle falling into place, guiding her towards a destiny that was hers to embrace. With gratitude to Archivist Lumina and the archives of the Unreflected, Alara stepped out into the light of Reflettoria, her heart alight with purpose and determination. The path ahead was shrouded in mystery, but Alara knew that the key to unlocking the secrets of Reflettoria's past and her own destiny lay in finding the mirror of the makers, a quest that would challenge the very core of being. With the secrets of the past gently pulsing in her mind, Alara found herself drawn to the heart of Reflettoria, where the Crystal Carnival was about to commence. This event celebrated once every cycle when the 3 moons of Reflectoria, Halloween was not just a festivity, but a tapestry of light, reflection, and unity, a time when the entire realm came together in a spectacle of joy and harmony. As the sun dipped below the horizon, reflecting to retransformed, the air fromed with anticipation, and the sky blossomed with iridescent hues. Reflectors from every corner of the realm gathered, their forms shimmering with excitement. Artisans displayed their finest works, musicians tuned their reflective instruments, and dancers practiced their most intricate steps, all in preparation for the night's revelry. Alara, with the tales of the archive still echoing in her heart, felt an overwhelming sense of belonging. The Crystal Carnival was not just a celebration of the present. It was an homage to the past and a hopeful gaze towards the future. It was Reflectoria, in its purest form, a realm where every light, every reflection, and every heart beat in unison. As the moons reached their zenith, the carnival burst into life. Lights danced across the sky, mirroring the joy below. Music filled the air, a symphony of harmonies that resonated with the soul of the realm. Dancers twirled, their movements a amazing display of grace and delight, telling stories of joy, love, and the eternal dance of light and shadow. Alara found herself swept up in the celebration, her spirit soaring with the collective euphoria of the reflectors. She danced, laughed, and shared in the outpouring of emotions, feeling her own reflections, interweaving with those around her. Prelude to a mosaic of shared connects that amidst the revelry, a moment of profound clarity struck her. The Crystal Carnival, with all its beauty and joy, was a reflection of the very essence of Reflectia, a realm of boundless possibilities where every moment was a celebration of life, every reflection a story, or every heart a monologue to a soul. As the night waned and the first light of dawn whispered across the sky, Alara stood amidst the fading echoes of the carnival, a heart full of gratitude and her eyes alight with resolve. The path ahead was illuminated with the reflections of her experiences, guiding her towards her next chapter in the wondrous realm of Reflectia.